Hey everyone, ready to build something awesome?
I know I am.
Well, today's deep dive is all about getting you prepped and ready to nail that building construction worker interview.
Yeah. No matter your experience level, we're going to dig into some tips and tricks to help you really stand out.
Exactly. And to help us do that, we're tapping into some killer resources from RoleCatcher.
Yeah.
It's not just a job board, right?
Right. They've got AI tools to help you tailor your application and even practice answering those tough questions.
Love it. It's like having a personal coach in your corner.
Ah,
Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's lay some groundwork. RoleCatcher's Building Construction Worker Career Guide really breaks down what these workers actually do. It's not just about hammering nails all day long.
no way. They're essential on any construction site. They're handling site prep, assisting those specialized trades, making sure everything runs smoothly. And yeah, it's physically demanding, but you're constantly learning. Plus, you get to see those projects come to life.
Totally. And the guide is super honest about the pros and cons. It mentions the seasonal nature of the work and the potential for injury. But hey, that's construction, right? It's tough but rewarding.
So speaking of rewards, what's the job outlook looking like these days?
Pretty good, actually. The construction industry is booming, so there's a ton of opportunity out there for people who are willing to put in the work. Which brings us to the main event,
Yeah,
nailing that interview.
let's do it. So we're going to dive into some of the tougher questions from RoleCatcher's Building Construction Worker Interview Guide, the ones that really make you think.
All right, sounds good. Let's give our listener the knowledge and confidence to wow those hiring managers.
All right, question number one. What inspired you to become a building construction worker? Sounds simple enough, but I'm betting they're digging for more than just, I needed a job. You got it. They want to see that spark. What really drives you? Maybe it was watching a family member build something incredible. Maybe you've always been fascinated by architecture or love working with your hands. It's your chance to get personal and show them that you're truly passionate about this.
So it's all about sharing a story that reveals your motivations. What kind of follow-up questions could come from that?
They might ask about specific projects that influenced you, or maybe how your hobbies connect to construction. So be ready to expand on that story and give them a complete picture of your journey.
Got it. It's like, okay, you've got my attention, now tell me more. Next question from RoleCatcher. How do you ensure you're following safety protocols on a job site? This one feels like a biggie in construction.
Huge. They're not just looking for, I'm a careful person. They want to see that you understand the why behind those safety procedures.
So instead of just saying, I always wear a hard hat, I should give a specific example of how I put safety first on a past job.
Exactly. Talk about a time you spotted a potential hazard and stepped up to fix it. Or maybe a time you double-checked a coworker's setup to make sure everything was secure. Those real-world examples show that you're not just following the rules blindly, you're actively thinking about safety at all times.
And that's where RoleCatcher's AI can really come in handy, don't you think? It can analyze the specific job description and highlight the safety protocols that are most important to that employer. Then, it can help you tailor your answers accordingly.
Boom. That's the power of AI in your job search. It's like having a research assistant combing through tons of data just for you. It gives you a real edge over other candidates who are sticking to generic answers.
Okay, next question. What's your experience with green building practices? This feels like it's tapping into some of the bigger trends we're seeing in the construction world.
It totally is. Sustainability is becoming super important, so showing that you're aware of that is key. Even if you haven't worked on an LEED-certified building yet, you can still talk about your interest in eco-friendly construction.
So even if I'm just starting out, I could talk about any relevant courses I've taken or even ways I try to be environmentally conscious in my own life.
For sure. It shows that you're thinking ahead and you're invested in the future of the industry. And bonus points if you research the company's sustainability efforts beforehand. RoleCatcher's AI can help you find that info in a snap.
Smart move. It's all about connecting your answers back to the company's values. Okay, up next. Describe a time you had to overcome a challenge on a construction project. What did you learn from that experience? This one feels like they're trying to gauge how you handle those curveballs.
Yeah, construction is full of unexpected hiccups. They want to know that you can adapt and think on your feet.
So what kind of example would be a good fit here?
Think of a time when a project hit a snag. Maybe bad weather caused delays or materials arrived late, or there was a mix-up in the blueprints. Describe how you assessed the situation, brainstormed solutions, and worked with your team to get things back on track.
I'm guessing they're really paying attention to how you describe your role in all of this. It's not just about what happened, but how you personally contributed to solving the problem.
You got it. It's a chance to showcase your problem-solving skills, your ability to handle pressure, and your dedication to seeing things through.
And again, RoleCatcher's AI can help you polish that answer, right? It can analyze your response and suggest ways to make it even stronger, like a writing coach for your interview answers.
Absolutely. It's all about using technology to your advantage. Okay, next question. What is your experience with operating heavy machinery? Time to talk about the big toys. But I'm guessing specifics are key here, not just general statements.
Right.
Be precise about the types of machinery you've used. Don't just say excavators. Mention different models. Highlight any specialized training or certifications you have.
And what if I haven't used a particular machine in a while? Should I just avoid mentioning it?
Honestly is best. If you're a little rusty on a certain machine, just acknowledge it. But then emphasize that you're a fast learner and you'd be eager to refresh your skills through training.
So be upfront, but also show them that you're eager to learn new things. Okay, that makes sense. Before we jump to the next question, I want to bring up something from the career guide that really stood out to me. It talks about how building construction workers can often specialize in a particular trade as they gain experience.
It's true. It's like building a skill set that can take you in so many different directions. Carpentry, masonry, electrical work. The sky's the limit.
And I think that ties in nicely with our next interview question. What are your long-term career goals?
Perfect. This is where you show them that you're not just looking for any job, you're looking to build a real career. Talk about your aspirations within the industry. Maybe you see yourself becoming a foreman one day. Maybe you're interested in specializing in a specific trade. Let them know what you're aiming for.
And it would definitely impress them if you've done some research into potential career paths within their company specifically, right?
Absolutely. Spend some time on their website, see what kind of projects they're working on. Do they specialize in residential, commercial, or industrial? Are they known for their sustainability practices? This kind of research can help you tailor your answer to their specific culture and values.
Okay, so it's about showing them that you're thinking beyond this one position. You're picturing yourself as part of their long-term growth.
Exactly. And if you're having trouble articulating those long-term goals, RoleCatcher's AI can help. It can actually suggest potential career paths based on your experience and skills. It can even show you companies that are hiring for those roles.
This tool is seriously impressive. It's like having a personal career counselor right in your pocket.
Right. Using technology to your advantage is key. All right, next question. Tell us about a time you had to work as part of a team to achieve a common goal. What was your role and what challenges did you face? This one seems to be all about teamwork and collaboration. Construction is a team sport. They want to see that you can communicate clearly, collaborate effectively, and work towards a shared goal.
So what kind of story would resonate with them?
Think back to a project where teamwork was essential. Maybe your crew had to meet a tight deadline. Maybe you had to work closely with other trades to overcome a technical challenge. Describe your role, highlight how you communicated, and emphasize any challenges you faced and how you overcame them.
And I'm betting they'll be looking for signs that you're a team player, someone who's willing to jump in, share ideas, and support their colleagues.
Totally. Construction sites are all about collaboration. They need someone who can work well with others, communicate clearly, and contribute to a positive environment.
And once again, RoleCatcher's AI can help you refine your answer. It can analyze your story and highlight those teamwork skills that this employer values.
It's like having your own coach who helps you shine a spotlight on your strengths.
Okay, next up. What is your experience with reading blueprints and schematics? I may not be an architect, but I'm pretty sure these are important on a construction site.
Absolutely. Blueprints are the language of construction. It's the roadmap for the whole project. Everything from the layout of the building to the materials and techniques they'll be using.
So even if I'm not an engineer, I still need to understand these plans.
For sure. You've got to be able to visualize the project from those plans, understand the symbols and abbreviations, even measure distances and calculate quantities.
Okay, so how do I present my experience in a way that really wows them?
Be specific. Don't just say, I can read blueprints. Talk about your ability to identify different views like plan view, elevation, section, understand those symbols, and even measure and calculate based on the plans.
And what if my experience is mostly with basic blueprints?
No problem. Just be honest about your level of experience. But make sure to emphasize that you're a quick learner and you're excited to tackle more complex plans.
So show them your skills, but also express that desire to grow and take on those tougher challenges. And again, I'm guessing RoleCatcher's AI can help tailor my answer to the specific types of blueprints that this employer uses.
Of course. Their AI can analyze the job description and suggest specific terms that relate to the kind of blueprint reading skills they're after.
I'm seeing a pattern here. RoleCatcher's AI is like a cheat code for job applications. It helps you decipher that job description and cater your answers to precisely what they're looking for.
You got it. All right, let's take a quick breather and recap what we've covered so far.
Sounds good.
So we've gone over some key interview questions, talked about what the interviewer's really looking for, and how to approach your answer strategically. We've also touched on the importance of tailoring your responses to each specific company and role.
And of course, we can't forget about the awesomeness that is RoleCatcher's AI tools. From dissecting job descriptions to polishing those answers, these tools can give you a serious leg up in your job hunt.
Absolutely. Using technology to your advantage is essential in today's job market. Now, let's jump back into those interview questions and get our listener prepped for success.
Okay, next one up. Describe a time you had to deal with a difficult situation on a construction site. How did you handle it? This one feels like a potential minefield.
It can be. It's designed to assess your conflict resolution and problem-solving skills. They want to see how you act under pressure and handle interpersonal challenges.
So how do you tackle this one? Should I try to avoid talking about conflict altogether?
Not necessarily. Conflict happens on every construction site, so trying to pretend you've never encountered it might seem a little disingenuous. Instead, pick a situation where you successfully dealt with a disagreement or resolved a tough spot.
Okay, what kind of example would work well here?
Maybe you had a clash with a coworker about the best way to approach a task. Or maybe a miscommunication caused a project delay. Briefly explain the situation, then focus on the steps you took to address it.
And I bet they're really listening to how you describe your communication and problem-solving skills. It's not just about what happened, but how you dealt with it.
Exactly. Highlight your ability to listen to others, communicate clearly and respectfully, and work together to find a win-win solution for the whole team.
And here's where RoleCatcher's AI comes in clutch again, right? It can analyze your answer and suggest ways to emphasize those conflict resolution skills that the employer is looking for.
It's like having a personal feedback system to help you fine-tune your answers and present your best self.
Okay, next question. What are your salary expectations for this role? The dreaded salary question. Any advice for navigating this one?
Research is key. Look into typical salary ranges for building construction workers in your area. Websites like Glassdoor and Salary.com can be super helpful for this.
So should I just throw out a specific number?
It depends. You can offer a range based on your research, but make sure to say that you're flexible and willing to discuss it further. Something like, based on my experience and the industry average, I'm aiming for a salary between X and Y, but I'm also open to discussing the specific responsibilities and benefits to figure out a fair package.
So be prepared with a range, but also show them that you're more focused on finding the right fit than chasing the highest number.
You got it. And if you're unsure about how to approach this whole salary conversation, RoleCatcher's AI can give you personalized guidance based on your experience, location, and the specific job you're going for. It can even help you craft a confident and professional response.
Okay, next question. Why are you interested in working for our company specifically? This feels like a test to see if you've done your homework.
Big time. This is where your research on the company really pays off. They want to know that you've taken the time to understand their values, their projects, their company culture.
So saying something generic like, I heard you guys are great, isn't going to cut it.
Nope. Dig deeper. Find aspects of the company that genuinely resonate with you. Are you impressed by their commitment to sustainability? Do you admire a specific project they've worked on? Let them know what truly drew you to their company.
They'll be even more impressed if you can link your career goals with what their company's doing, right?
Absolutely. Show them how your skills and aspirations align with their mission and vision. It proves that you're not just looking for any old job. You're looking for a place where you can contribute and grow.
And if I'm struggling to find those connections, can RoleCatcher's AI come to the rescue again?
Of course. It can analyze your skills and experience and compare them to the company's profile. Then, boom, it highlights potential areas of synergy. It's like having a personal research assistant who finds the perfect talking points.
I'm seriously impressed with how much this tool can do. It's like having a career coach and research team rolled into one.
Exactly. Technology is your friend in this process. All right, let's tackle another question from RoleCatcher. What are your strengths and weaknesses as they relate to this role? This one always feels a little tricky. Nobody really enjoys talking about their weaknesses.
True.
Yeah, it's a classic interview question that can be a bit intimidating, but it's also a chance to show that you're self-aware and willing to improve.
So how do I approach this without sounding too cocky or too self-critical?
Start with your strengths. Choose 3 to 5 qualities that are relevant to the job description. Back them up with specific examples. Then, when you talk about your weaknesses, pick something that you're actively working on improving.
So instead of saying I'm a perfectionist, I should talk about a specific skill I'm developing.
Exactly. For example, you could say, I'm constantly working on my time management skills. In the past, I've taken on too much at once. So I started using a project management app to prioritize and stay organized.
So it's about turning a potential negative into a positive by showing them that you're self-aware and committed to growth.
Exactly. And if you're stuck on what those strengths and weaknesses are, RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your work history and offer personalized insights. It's like a career counselor who helps you discover hidden talents and identify areas for development.
Awesome. Okay, next question. Do you have any questions for us? I know it's crucial to ask questions at the end, but I always seem to draw a blank. Any tips?
This is your chance to demonstrate genuine interest. Come prepared with a few thoughtful questions that show you're curious and eager to learn more.
What kind of questions would really impress them?
Ask about the company culture, their future projects, the specific challenges and opportunities of the role. Maybe inquire about professional development or how the company supports career growth.
So dig deeper than the basic, what's the salary, and when can I start questions.
Exactly. Ask questions that show them you're truly invested in the company and committed to building a career there.
And I'm betting RoleCatcher's AI can help me come up with tailored questions based on the specific company and job I'm applying for.
You bet. It can analyze the company profile, the job description, even your own career goals to suggest insightful and relevant questions, the kind that make a real impression.
Okay, I'm sold. RoleCatcher is like the ultimate job seeker's toolkit. We've covered so much today, from understanding the role to navigating those tricky interview questions. I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Me too. We've given our listeners some killer insights and strategies to ace that interview. But before we wrap up, there's one more thing about RoleCatcher we haven't talked about. They have this video practice feature for interview prep that seems like a game changer.
But it really does. It's not just about what you say, it's how you say it. Body language, tone, eye contact, they all play a part in how you come across. Yeah. So how does this video practice thing work?
Super simple. You pick a question from their massive library, record yourself answering it, and then get AI-powered feedback on your performance.
It's like a virtual interview coach giving you pointers on everything from your posture to your pace of speaking. Incredible.
Exactly. And you can practice as many times as you want until you feel confident and ready to rock that interview.
I'm definitely adding this to my prep routine. It's like a secret weapon.
Absolutely. Use every tool at your disposal to put your best foot forward. RoleCatcher has definitely built an amazing platform for helping job seekers succeed. Now, how about we shift gears a bit and talk about the long-term possibilities of this building construction worker role? Because landing the job is just the beginning.
It is. It's not just about building a building. It's about building a career. RoleCatcher's career guide actually has a whole section on career stages, which I found super helpful.
It's like a roadmap showing you the different levels you can reach, from entry level all the way up to senior construction worker or even foreman. It even has example profiles for each stage, which makes it feel super real. Like, okay, this is what a junior construction worker does on a typical day. This is the kind of experience a skilled construction worker has. It's really cool to see that progression laid out.
It's like a glimpse into the future. You can actually visualize where this role could lead, the skills you'll develop, the responsibilities you might take on as you move up the ladder.
And a crucial thing to remember is that it's not just about time on the job. Continuous learning is massive in this field. Certifications, specialized skills, these can seriously boost your career.
So it's not just about clocking in and out. You've got to be proactive about learning and growing, whether through formal training or on-the-job experience.
Exactly. Construction is constantly evolving, with new tech and techniques popping up all the time. If you're committed to staying ahead of the curve, you'll definitely have a leg up.
Got it. Never stop learning.
Okay.
Let's break down those career stages a bit. What does that entry-level construction worker look like?
Think of it as building the foundation. You're assisting with site prep, learning to handle materials safely, getting familiar with tools and equipment, lots of hands-on learning, following instructions from the more experienced workers.
So you're soaking it all up, learning the ropes, getting your hands dirty, building those core skills. What about physical fitness? I'm guessing that's pretty important at this stage.
Absolutely. This is where you build up that strength and stamina. But it's not just about muscle. It's about developing problem-solving skills, working efficiently, understanding the value of teamwork.
So it's a physical and mental workout, gearing you up for those future challenges. What's the next step on this career path?
We move up to the junior construction worker. You start taking on more responsibility, assisting with building components, maybe operating power tools under supervision. You might even start dipping your toes into reading those blueprints we talked about.
So this is where you start putting those foundation skills to work, taking on more complex tasks and seeing how all those pieces of the construction puzzle fit together.
You got it. You're becoming more independent, taking initiative, showing that you can handle more responsibility.
The example profile for this stage even mentions using saws, drills, nail guns. Sounds pretty exciting.
Things definitely start getting more interesting. You're honing those fine motor skills, mastering different tools, developing your eye for detail. And of course, safety is always number one. You're working with equipment that can be dangerous, so those protocols are crucial.
Right. Safety first, always. Okay, let's climb a little higher on that career ladder. What does a skilled construction worker look like?
Now, this is where you start to see those leadership qualities come through. You might be leading a small team, assigning tasks, making sure things are on schedule. You're reading those more complex plans, using advanced techniques, and maybe even training those junior workers.
You're not just doing the work, you're guiding others and making sure the team succeeds. That's a big step up.
It is. And this is where certifications can really set you apart. Think about specializing in a specific area like carpentry or masonry. These credentials show employers that you've got that advanced knowledge and those top-notch skills.
It's like leveling up in a video game. Gaining new skills, unlocking achievements, becoming a real force to be reckoned with on that construction site.
Love that analogy. And just like in a video game, those achievements don't come easy. It takes hard work, dedication, and a commitment to continuous learning.
The example profile for this stage even mentions things like conducting quality control inspections and mentoring those junior workers. Sounds pretty rewarding.
It can be. Seeing a project come together under your leadership, knowing you played a vital role, that's a great feeling. And mentoring those junior workers, sharing your knowledge, that's a powerful way to contribute to the next generation of skilled tradespeople.
It's about giving back, taking what you've learned and helping others find their own success. All right, let's reach the top of our career ladder for today. What does a senior construction worker or foreman do?
Okay, this is the big leagues. You're overseeing that entire construction site, managing multiple teams, planning and scheduling tasks, reviewing blueprints, ensuring everything's up to code. It's a lot to handle.
Wow, sounds intense. Takes a special kind of person to juggle all of that.
For sure. You need strong leadership, excellent communication, the ability to think on your feet and solve problems under pressure, and you need a deep understanding of every single part of that construction process.
The example profile mentions advanced training in project management and holding certifications like the Construction Project Management Professional designation. That's serious commitment to the field.
Absolutely. At this level, you're not just building structures, you're building careers and teams, and a reputation for excellence. It's a challenging path, but incredibly rewarding.
Okay, so we've climbed that ladder. We've seen how a building construction worker can go from entry level all the way up to foreman. But what about branching out? Are there other paths they can explore?
That's a great point. And this is where understanding those industry trends can help you map out your career journey. Remember that advancement paths section in RoleCatcher's Career Guide?
Yeah, that's where they talk about moving into more specialized roles, even supervisory positions. It's like, okay, you've got this solid base as a building construction worker. Now where do you want to take it?
You got it. Maybe you discover a passion for carpentry and want to become a master craftsman. Or maybe you love the problem-solving of electrical work and decide to go that route. Those skills you've gained as a building construction worker are transferable to so many other trades.
So it's not a dead end. It's more like a launching pad.
Yeah.
You're getting this broad knowledge base, and then you can specialize in whatever sparks your interest.
Exactly. And don't forget about the supervisory path. With experience and those leadership skills, you could become a construction supervisor, a site manager, even a project manager, overseeing those larger projects and leading whole teams.
I'm seeing how this building construction worker role can open so many doors. It's not just a job. It's like a gateway to tons of possibilities. And I'm guessing RoleCatcher's AI tools can help map out those possibilities too, right?
Absolutely. Their AI can look at your skills and interests, suggest relevant career paths, and even connect you with employers who are looking for those specific skill sets.
Okay, so it's not just about interview prep. It's about helping you envision your future career and connect with the right opportunities, like a career GPS.
It's about giving you the tools and knowledge you need to make informed decisions about your career path.
Well said. Okay, before we move on to our final thoughts, I want to loop back to something you said earlier about continuous learning. Are there any particular certifications or training programs you'd recommend for aspiring building construction workers?
Great question. Tons of valuable certifications out there. The best ones depend on your specific goals and the type of work you're into. But a few come to mind.
Okay, I'm all ears. Let's hear those recommendations.
First, the OSHA 10-hour or 30-hour construction industry outreach training program.
OSHA, that's the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, right?
That's the one. It's designed to give workers a solid understanding of workplace safety hazards. It covers things like fall protection, hazard communication, personal protective equipment, electrical safety, the works.
So it's all about equipping you with the knowledge and skills to stay safe on the job site.
Ah,
And I'm guessing employers really value this certification.
huge value. It shows your commitment to safety, which is super important in construction. Plus, it shows you're proactive about learning and staying up to date on the latest safety regs.
All right, what other certifications should we be looking into?
Another good one is the NCCER Core Curriculum.
Break that one down for me. What's NCCER?
Stands for the National Center for Construction Education and Research. Their core curriculum is a foundational program covering basic construction skills, safety, and communication.
So it's like a comprehensive intro to the world of construction.
Exactly. A great starting point if you're new to the industry, and it can be a stepping stone to more specialized programs.
Makes sense. Builds a strong foundation. Anything else we should add to the list?
If you're thinking about the management side of construction, look into the American Institute of Constructors Certified Construction Manager credential, or CCM for short.
Okay, now we're talking high level.
It is. The CCM is prestigious. It recognizes folks who've shown a high level of knowledge and expertise in construction management. Covers things like project planning, scheduling, cost control, and risk management.
So this is for people who are aiming for those leadership roles and want to manage those large-scale projects.
You got it. It's a valuable credential that can open doors to exciting opportunities in construction management.
Those are some awesome suggestions. I'm betting RoleCatcher can point us towards training programs and resources for all of these.
You know it. Their platform's packed with info on training providers, certification requirements, even career paths that match these credentials. It's like your own personal career counselor guiding you along the way.
Okay, so much good info today. Interview prep, career path, certifications. Feeling pretty inspired.
Me too. It's amazing to see how much opportunity there is in construction for people who are willing to work hard and keep learning.
Now, before we jump to those final thoughts, I want to touch on something else. We've talked a lot about technical skills and knowledge. But what about those soft skills? Communication, teamwork, problem solving. How crucial are those in this field?
They're essential. Construction is a people business. You're always interacting with colleagues, clients, subcontractors, suppliers. Being able to communicate effectively, work collaboratively, and resolve conflicts peacefully is a must.
So even if you're a master with the tools, if you can't communicate or collaborate effectively, it's going to hold you back.
Definitely. Those soft skills are what help you build relationships, navigate tricky situations, and lead teams effectively.
So it's a blend of technical know-how and those interpersonal skills.
Yeah.
And I think employers are really looking for those soft skills during an interview.
Big time. They want to see that you can handle the technical demands, but also thrive in a fast-paced, collaborative environment.
How can our listeners really showcase those soft skills in an interview?
Tell stories. Share anecdotes from your past work experience that highlight those communication, teamwork, and problem-solving abilities.
So instead of just saying, I'm a great communicator, I should give a specific example of a time I effectively communicated with my team to overcome a challenge.
Exactly. Bring those skills to life through storytelling. Describe a situation where you navigated a disagreement, worked together on a complex task, or found a creative solution to a problem.
So it's about showing, not just telling. And again, RoleCatcher's AI can help craft those stories in a way that really resonates with employers.
Right. Their AI can analyze your work history and suggest anecdotes that highlight those soft skills. It can even help you polish your language to make your stories more impactful and memorable.
Okay, we've covered a ton of ground today. Interview prep, career paths, certifications, soft skills. Feeling pretty pumped up.
Me too. It's been a great journey, and I hope our listeners feel ready to tackle those career goals.
Now, before we wrap things up, one last question for you. What's the one piece of advice you'd give someone starting out in the construction industry?
I'd say embrace the journey. Construction is tough, but incredibly rewarding. You get to learn new things every day, work with your hands, and see those tangible results.
Love that. It's not just a job, it's a craft. It's about building something from nothing, contributing to something larger than yourself, leaving your mark on the world.
Exactly. And it's a field that will always be in demand. As long as we have builders, bridges, roads, we'll need skilled construction workers.
So if you're looking for a career that's challenging and fulfilling, construction might be the perfect fit. And don't forget, RoleCatcher is there to help you every step of the way from finding those
Opportunities to prepping for those interviews and building a successful career. Okay, ready for some final thoughts?
Absolutely. Let's hear it. What's that one piece of wisdom you want to leave our listeners with as they embark on this construction career journey?
Well, remember that construction's about more than just those technical skills. It's about problem solving, it's about teamwork, it's about being able to adapt. Every project throws curveballs, right?
Right.
And it's that ability to think on your feet, communicate clearly, collaborate effectively. That's what really makes you shine.
So in that interview, don't just say you can swing a hammer or read a blueprint.
Yeah.
Show them you're not just a pair of hands. Show them you're a mind that's eager to learn and contribute.
Exactly. Show them that enthusiasm, that commitment to safety, that willingness to take on those challenges. And hey, speaking of resources, RoleCatcher's got your back.
For sure. From their AI resume builder to that huge library of interview questions, even that video practice feature to help you nail your delivery, RoleCatcher is like your secret weapon. And folks, don't forget, we've got links to all these resources in the show notes.
And signing up for a basic RoleCatcher account is free, so why not give it a shot?
Okay, time for some final wisdom. What's that one thought you want to leave our listener with as they kick off this construction career?
It's simple, but it's true. Every skyscraper, every bridge, every house, it all started with the hard work and dedication of people just like you.
Powerful stuff.
Building construction workers are the foundation of our world, literally shaping the spaces we live and work in.
That's a great way to put it. It's not just about bricks and mortar. It's about contributing to something much bigger. It's about building a future, one project at a time.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, on that note, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of building construction workers. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and feel ready to tackle those interviews and build an incredible career. We'll catch you next time on the Deep Dive.
Right. Opportunities to prepping for those interviews and building a successful career.
Totally. And don't forget, RoleCatcher's there every step of the way, from finding the right opportunities to prepping for those interviews and building a successful and rewarding career. And folks, don't forget to check out the show notes for links to all these resources.
And remember, signing up for a basic RoleCatcher account is free, so why not give it a try?
Okay, time for some final wisdom. What's that one thought you want to leave our listener with as they embark on this construction career?
It's simple, but it's true. Every skyscraper, every bridge, every house, it all started with the hard work and dedication of people just like you.
It's true, yeah.
Building construction workers are the foundation of our world, literally shaping the spaces we live and work in.
That's such a powerful image. It's not just about bricks and mortar. It's about contributing to something larger than yourself. It's about building a future, one project at a time.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. Well, on that inspiring note, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of building construction workers. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and feel empowered to tackle those interviews and build that amazing career. We'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive.